Hey Gemini, welcome to your April love reading. This is TC, your guiding chariot. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you know I always switch up the love reading. Again, it has happened. I can't tell you why, but every time I just want to do it a little differently. Ground rules out of the way before we start. This is going to be a general reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, since this is a love reading. Because it's general, my only ask of you is that you take these messages as they come and as they resonate. If you have to forgive too many things or fudge too many details, that message just wasn't meant for you. Because of that, I do ask that you, or I do encourage you to watch the videos for all your signs. Your message may not just come through your sun, it could come through your Venus, especially since this is love, could be your moon, wherever. So if you don't know that information, you can get all that for free online. You can check out astrologycafe.com, astrolab.com, and have a free natal chart done, and then come back and check out your videos. So I have a couple decks here. I'm going to pull from the Oracle to get just kind of general kind of special advice for the month ahead, and then we'll get your main message from a tarot spread at the end. Alright, Spirit, what does Gemini most need to know about the month ahead concerning love and romance? Beautiful. You guys got the Her Grace card. I love this. I'm going to get a little bit from the book, but what I get kind of right out of the gate, Her Grace, kind of moving with grace, being elegant, and not riding the waves, not getting thrown around too much, just being kind of calm, steady. You may be even going a little deeper. You can see this figure is in the water. She's kind of wading through the ocean. So you may be either going through the depths of your own emotion, you may be dealing with some kind of deeper, kind of serious, how do I want to put this, just more serious themes, but to really ride it through with grace and to kind of maintain composure, stay even, stay steady. It may even be to kind of just stay on the surface a little bit, like don't get too deep. I love it. So this blessing may be one that is obvious or one that is hidden in a challenge. It may be a spiritual or physical being. Interesting. All right. So, sorry, I was just kind of skimming. This oracle, and this may resonate with some of you, which is why I want to throw it in. So this oracle specifically speaks to a woman bringing some type of understanding or wisdom to you. And again, it could be through a challenge where you kind of just have to go through the motions and you'll discover it at the end, or it could be super straight out and she just tells you whatever it is you need to hear. But the card does speak to a feminine bringing this info to you. It may not even necessarily be female. This could be, someone who is tapped into their feminine energies. They could be from a feminine sign, so water or earth. So don't necessarily get hung up on the gender. Although I feel like it will most likely be a female, but not necessarily. But there is some type of growth or wisdom coming to you. Could be about how you show up in relationships. It could even be a connection to, a new partner. Maybe it's wisdom to help solve maybe a current relationship issue. Could be many, many things, but there is some guided wisdom coming to you through this feminine source. I almost want to say this could be like your own inner feminine too. So if you almost want to like quiet the mind and meditate a little bit. Oh, I love how I just started talking about like quieting your mind. And then you guys get the card of the North Node. Step out of your comfort zone. Yeah, let me take the super social Gemini and tell you to, hey, how about you just be quiet for a little bit and go within? Oh, that may be fun. Okay, so if I kind of link those two together, I had mentioned how, you know, this woman is wading through the water, so you may need to like stay on the surface a little bit. That is your, you know, natural energy, Gemini. Like, yes, you guys are, you know, the messengers. You like to communicate and share messages. That is something that comes very natural to you. But to be able to do that, to be the messenger, a lot of time the communication you're sending is, I'm gonna say superficial, but not that it's phony or fake or anything like that, but it's surface level, because you're doing it at such a quick rate that you don't have the time to like emotionally process everything. Like, you hear something, you're like, oh, I know who can use that, and you like send it on the way. You're like the switchboard operator, like passing information, you know. So you do it at such a quick rate because it comes so naturally to you. So this, you know, it may be the opposite of what I was saying. Like, maybe this person is helping you to, you know, up your emotional quotient. You know, and you may need to kind of quiet the mind a little bit and step back from being super social and really get in touch with yourself. This could be your own inner feminine, you know, the divine feminine, trying to like reach you and get you to a deeper level of understanding, which again, not necessarily the easiest thing to come into your wheelhouse, but doesn't mean you're cut off from it by any means. It's something definitely you can still tap into, but it maybe just won't come as naturally as some of your other traits do. So it kind of looks like we're working on the relationship of you with you this month, Gemini. What does Gemini most need to know about the month ahead concerning love and relationships? And then I'm going to lay them out backwards so they look left to right for you guys. So if this looks different, that's why. Ooh! Okay, starting out heavy. 9 of Swords. What are we afraid of? Feeling a little anxious, maybe? Got some anxieties that we're dealing with, my lovely little air sign. Oh, worried about the past, it seems. We got some regrets we're looking over. Maybe things we could have done different, should have done different. Oh, this makes me so happy. 9 of Cups, yes. So, what I was saying earlier, this is definitely working on the relationship of you with you. 9 of Cups definitely is a feeling of emotional contentment, fulfillment, satisfaction. But this satisfaction comes from you. This, like, you could be completely alone in a room, but you have everything you need. That's what this energy is. And I think that's where we're getting to. You know, maybe there's some regrets that we've been looking at, and we were like, oh, if I had only done this, if I da-da-da-da-da. You know, why did I do that? I should have done this, or I should have said no to this, I should have said yes to that. You know, whatever these past regrets are, Gemini, I do think you're clearing space, you're getting them out of your head. And again, that could even be where this 9 of Swords is coming from, just this constant replay. You know, tap into this graceful energy and be calm, be smooth, travel through these waters. We don't need to sit here and brood and storm and process every little bit of information that's running through our brain. Keep it cool. And it's funny because I don't think, well, I don't know, maybe I should rephrase that. I was going to say I don't think this is a comfortable energy for you, because I was going to say we're trying to get you to step out of your comfort zone. But I almost say what's comfortable, I think, is the analytical bit of it, the needing to dissect these little bits of information, or like to hear every little word that's coming out or coming through. That might be what's comfortable. Dealing with it, not comfortable. But that may be that just comes natural, the processing of information. Where here, the processing is happening on an emotional level. You know what I mean? That definitely may not come super, super easy to, you know, a regular Gemini. I think that's what we're working on this month. Ooh, yeah. And then you get the 6 of Swords, moving into calmer waters, relieving some of these swords. I love seeing that we're going from the 9 down to a 6. Beautiful. Calming that anxiety, calming that worry. Then we got another 6 of Cups. So another card of nostalgia. Here we're looking at the past, but it's stressing us out. Before I say something, I want to get, yeah. Perfect, okay. I'm going to show you that card in a minute. So you have 2 cards of the past. Because you have the Four of Cups here with the Nine of Swords. So looking over things, and I think we're stressing out over some regrets. Once you get through this, you know, finding this level of compassion for yourself and this contentment and this emotional happiness within you, then you can kind of look at it, and instead of looking at the regrets you have back here, now you can kind of look back with nostalgia on, you know, the positive moments. You know, instead of these three empty cups, we're looking at this full cup. You know, like within the Four of Cups lives the Ace of Cups. So now when you look back, you don't need to look at the three empties. You don't need to look at the regrets. You can now look at the joy and the love that existed back there. So instead of looking back and feeling anxious, you can look back, you know, with a little nostalgia, but it's not like traumatizing you or affecting you in a negative way. And the last card out here is the Seven of Swords. So yes, this is the sword of deception, lying, deceit. I don't think someone's coming for you, so do not worry. I think this is kind of overcoming and battling with your inner saboteur. This is you lying to yourself. This is almost like that little voice inside your head. So if this blue expanse, if this desert was, you know, within you, this is your mind. This is your inner saboteur running around, you know, trying to like poke you with these little secret daggers. But I think through this process, you are really kind of learning how to deal with this inner saboteur, because you can never really get rid of that voice, you know what I mean? But I think a big key to it is knowing that this little voice isn't you. Don't associate with this voice. This is a little voice that lives inside your brain that, you know, keeps you from doing things. Call it ego, call it whatever you want, you know, but it is just one tiny little facet of your consciousness versus who you should be identifying with. This isn't your voice, this is a voice. There is a difference. And I think this journey that you're going on this month with, again, the relationship between you and you is really identifying who this voice is, what it is they're trying to say. Because once you know what they're saying, then you can ignore it. And really kind of taking in, you know, maybe the faults, maybe some faults of the past, and learning from it, growing from it, moving forward, and taking only that which makes you feel joy and contentment, so that when you look back on it, you know, it's an easy memory. There's nostalgia, not regret. Those are the two different energies. I think that's really what you're shifting this month, Gemini, out of regret into nostalgia. You know, and you could be saying this is tinting it with rose-colored glasses, but it's not. You know, I almost feel like looking at it this way is looking at it with like black-colored glasses. You know, we're just shifting that perspective a little bit, because we're not changing the past. What happened happened, but you don't need to look at it in such a heavy, intense way. Like even the colors on this, like the black, the blue, I mean, yes, you got more black and blue here, those three go together, and then instantly much more brighter with the greens, and then the vibrant pinks and purples and kind of orangey colors. So it's getting out of this headspace and really living in this beautiful realm of color and light and brightness. All right, so be on the lookout for this feminine nurturing support as you shift into a much more positive headspace. All right, love that for you. I'm gonna wrap it there. Yes, I do feel like that's a good one. That's a good one for you, Gemini. All right, so with that said, I'm gonna send you guys on your way. Super excited. I think there's a lot of potential here. I was just looking at gonna call it the viewfinder, but the little like screen on my camera, and I was looking at, I saw this card in the image, but this spiral in the screen, it looks like a nautilus shell. So I almost feel like this is just building, like you're kind of starting to grow and spiral out. So we are laying some crazy new foundations, Gemini, that I think are really going to intensify as you kind of get through this month and kind of learn the ropes. Next month, I think we're going to build on it even more. So super excited about that. But yes, I'm going to send you on your way. As always, thank you for joining me in this video. Again, if you're new, welcome. I hope you subscribe to the channel. We do this every month, and then I also have daily readings, so we get together quite often. So come on back and join us. As always, I love hearing from you. You can hit me up in the comment section down below. You can reach me on Instagram. You can DM me at The Guiding Chariot. And as always, if you want to book a private session, you can reach me. All that information is down below. All right, my loves, take care, Gemini, and I will see you in your next video. Bye.